Valentine's Day is 1 week away, and I know for sure that you haven't done anything for it. And if you have, then you're better than me because I haven't. Just kidding, this is pre-recorded. Let me be your Cupid today. I'm gonna make everyone fall in love with you if you keep watching this video. Right, well, let's just stop talking about it and get to it, right? Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't made your significant other, your friend, your parents, someone close to you a crafty little gift, then I don't know what you're doing. If you're a crafty person. If you're not a crafty person, just don't, because no one wants your crap. Should we get started? What are we actually making? I forgot. The first thing I'm going to be making is a Victorian puzzle card. I hope my socks aren't dirty. I've seen this on Pinterest, but this is the creator that I am following the tutorial from. It's a little puzzle card and it's really pretty, and it's probably going to take me ages to make, but I thought I'd film it anyway. For the Victorian puzzle card, you will need a pen, a pencil, something to decorate with, a piece of paper, and some scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut out a square of paper. Here's one I made earlier. Why am I struggling? Okay, now we have a square of paper. We're gonna do some folding. Fold it on the diagonal. Fold it on the other diagonal. Oh, I got makeup on the bloody thing. Then fold it into thirds. I'm just gonna do this by eye because I don't care. And then you're gonna turn it and do the same in thirds. We're gonna flip it over. Take this corner here to here, where these two cross, and then we turn, fold this one to here, fold this one to here, and fold this one to here. Then we're going to flip it back over again. This is the fiddly bit, okay? So what I'm trying to do here is grab these corners so that they're all together. And then we're going to try and make a sort of pinwheel. No way! I just did that so easily! So now we have this pinwheel. We're just going to fold up the edges like this. And then the last edge, we should be able to tuck it into this little pocket here. That's the puzzle made, and now we get to the fun part, which is decoration. And I'm going to be following this creator, but it was not going to look as good as this. I'm bringing out the big guns today. I've got a Hobbycraft watercolour set. Okay, I've been at this for about an hour. If you want to go and see the design, go and watch her video because, well, first of all, it's her design, and second of all, she's done it a whole lot better than me. But it's a really cute idea. I think that you should make one of these. It is easy to make, it's just time consuming. If I was going to give this to someone and I wanted to buy something, I'd probably go down the Victorian route, actually. Maybe I'll give them a lock of my hair, or maybe even a love token, which is like a silver coin that they used to engrave with their initials in the Victorian times and give them to each other as a token of their love. Or maybe even a fan, or maybe even I'd do this on a fan. So it'd be like a fan with like a love letter written all over it. That would be cool. But for now, I've just got this piece of paper. Let's move on to the next craft. Bloop. The next one I'm most excited for, and this is tin embossing. I've seen this everywhere. I'm going to be making a tin embossed bookmark. But you can make so many different things with tin embossing, but I think a bookmark is just a solid thing that you can give someone and they're actually going to use. For tin embossing, you'll need some tin, a biro pen, some scissors, something to decorate, and something soft. Oh, and a glue gun. I'm going to be using today this tray. I think you can make it out of tin cans if you cut it up, but I had this in my kitchen, so I'm going to use it. The first thing I'm going to do is take an old bookmark. I'm just going to cut it out. The next thing I'm going to do is put a soft surface underneath, and then take a biro pen and just draw it in and push into it. I've actually made this, which I think is quite cool. And I'm just gonna go in and do this one, so there can be a back. Okay, so now I have a front piece and a back piece. I'm gonna take the back piece, good side facing down, and just put some ribbon all around the edge with my glue gun. So it should look something like this with these on the edges. And then I'm just gonna take my front piece and stick it on top. I'm also gonna add some little tags on the top. I'm gonna seal them by putting them just to the edge of a flame. Woo! Careful with the hot glue on the tin, it's hot. Metal conducts heat. So that is the tin embossed bookmark. If you did want to gift this with something, I would recommend gifting it with a book. So you could give a cute little personalised gift with a cute... Go away. And the next thing, which you've probably seen everywhere, is the fabric backed frames. To put some fabric in a frame, you will need some fabric, a frame, some tape and scissors. I've got this sort of yellow gingham and a brown, so we're just going to cut some of this out and make a cute frame. All I'm going to do is just take the fabric, take my frame, cut around the frame. And for this frame, I'm going to be using this bit of glass, but different frames will be different. I'm just going to place that over the glass, take some tape and stick it to the glass. So it should look something like this, but I'm going to take it a little step further and I'm just going to cut out a rectangle of this brown. And then I just wanted to fray some of the edges. And then I'm just going to pop that in the middle and put my photo in the middle like that. Let's just pop this all back in the frame. Yeah, that's my little fabric backed frame. Obviously at the back it looks really messy, but you could cut another piece of fabric just to cover that. So you can make some really cute different picture frames. So you can use whatever fabric you want. You can use paper, but I just wanted to go with this yellow and brown colour combo. You could gift this with a photo album. You could gift this with a card. I don't know. The next thing, which is also a card, so it's kind of boring, is a embroidered Valentine's Day card. I wanted to actually make some stained glass, but that proved more difficult than embroidering a bit of paper. To embroider a piece of card, you will need some embroidery thread, some needles, a pair of scissors, and some card or paper. The first thing I'm going to do is cut out how big I want my cards. I'm just going to fold this. But now we've got a card, I'm just going to grab a pencil and draw out a little design that I want to embroider on here. This is what I've come up with. I've half rubbed it out just so it's a really light line, so you can still see your design, but just a really faint line. I'm going to take a needle, I'm going to open up the card and just make holes however far apart I want the stitching to be. I'm also putting something soft underneath just so I don't damage the table. How satisfying is that? I might just even leave it. I love that. That is so fun. And then I'm just going to take some embroidery thread and needle and just stitch through like I'm sewing. I'm all finished with the heart. Now I'm going to move on to the banner. I finished the card! I still need to put on the other letter, but this is definitely my favourite one to make. It's quite time consuming, but it's just really satisfying. On the inside it's scruffy, so you can either put a piece of card on top of this or a piece of felt. And also I'd recommend when you're writing to write on a separate piece of paper and then stick it in. Because if you did all of this and then you scuffed up your writing, you'd be annoyed. What would I gift this with? With anything? any of the other things I've made. Just, it's a card, so. The next thing I'm going to make is a felt picture frame, because it's a prettier, more heartfelt way of holding your photo strips, and you can personalize it to the person. For the felt photo frame, you will need some felt, some scissors, a glue gun, and whatever you want to decorate with, basically. This is sort of the inspiration, but I didn't love the colours, so I'm going to do a strawberry version, but it's inspired by this Kindle case, which I found on Pinterest. I'm going to start with just cutting out a long rectangle. And I'm going to do the same in the red. And then I've already kind of made a pattern for this, so I'm also going to cut this out. Okay, and we have our little film strip. I'm giving up on reinforcement, I'm just going to cut this out. Now I'm just going to glue it on. Okay, now I've got this, I'm just going to decorate it. I'm going to put little strawberries on here, I'm going to do some lacy details, I'm going to do it all. You can just see more and more mess around me, it's because my room's getting more and more messy. Let's make some strawberries. Adorable. Okay, this is what I made, and I'm just gonna pop a back on it. I'm just gonna glue around the edges here, so it's all enclosed. I've made a right mess on this one. Okay, I'm all finished with the picture frame. Now, I probably won't be giving this to my boyfriend. I'm gonna be gifting this to myself, and you can change up all of the colors. I love it. Well, hopefully in this video you found something for you, and I really enjoyed making all of this, but I have been sat here crafting for about 7 hours for this. Let me know what your favourite thing is, if any. I think my favourite is maybe the photo frame, or maybe this one. No, genuinely, this was my favourite to make, but this one's the coolest. Okay, I can't choose. I hope you have a lovely, lovely Valentine's, and I hope you try and make some cute crafts too. Happy Valentine's Day! Mwah!